Maverick traders, welcome out to your currency recap for May 6th. Corey here with you. So we're always going to take a look at meaningful news, any broad market analysis that stands out. There's some interesting things about the Berkshire Hathaway annual meeting. We'll talk about currency baskets, we'll talk about currency pairs, and highlight our very best setups in the Forex or cryptocurrency markets.
Disclaimer. This video was created for professional Forex and crypto traders. Maverick Currencies is a proprietary trading firm that employs professional traders around the world. Our traders trade firm capital and keep 70 to 80% of profits they generate. All trades and analysis in this video are for professional traders only. If you are interested in becoming a professional Forex and currency trader for Maverick, click the apply button in the video description. Let's break down what happened today.
So in looking at the markets, it was kind of interesting how this week started. So over the weekend, Berkshire Hathaway had their annual meeting, the always famous Warren Buffett suggesting that essentially markets were overvalued. And the reason I took that away from it is, well, they have record amounts of cash compared to equities held. They have also, in addition, kind of spoke on that there was nothing, no pitches to swing at, nothing that looked like a good value, and that speaks to an overvalued market, that they think the market's going to come down. Yet, this week, the markets rallied 1% to start the week. So, I think long term, maybe Warren Buffett's right, but in the short term, markets don't care, and we rallied to the upside. And this has been our thesis of late, is that equities are kind of in this murky, muddy state where they're kind of crisscrossing moving averages and such. And then if you look at currencies, they are also doing some of that as well. A lot of these currency pairs and currencies are just crisscrossing and chopping around, so hard to make heads or tails. Today, it was the Japanese yen that got hit pretty hard. Crypto down 1%. Most everything else, S&P, gold, oil, all up about 1%. If we dig deeper into crypto, it was really hurt in the Ethereum, the Bitcoin, and the Litecoin, whereas Bitcoin Cash was up slightly. But I think that has more to do with the cash component than the crypto aspect to it. So as we look at our market outlook, I mentioned this the last 2 Mondays that I've done the market roundups and done these recaps, is that I expected a little bit more upside in equities. And so why did we think there would be a little more risk on? Well, it was really this day. If you were going to get a clean bearish trend, you should have done what it did, which is gap down, sell off, and stay down. It didn't do that finally, right? It gapped down, it looked like it was going to sell off, and then it reversed. And this is a trapped bear situation. Everybody thought it was going to be bearish, continue its downtrend, and instead we popped right back up. So what that told me or suggested was that this was an important day, and that now we're moving into this environment where the bulls aren't going away, the bears probably won't go away either, and we get the chop back and forth. And that's what I mean by a muddy, murky market, is now just as expected, we've pushed above these moving averages. And that's what I suggested I expected was, hey, we'll cross back above this, and just about the point where market participants are thinking, oh, it's now bullish, we're going to be off to the races, you'll probably top out right up in here and then head back down. So we've kind of fulfilled my expectation for a rally over the past 2 weeks, this risk-on environment, and now we roll over and maybe a resumption of the downward trend. And that's how markets really kind of act frustrating. Is it would be lovely if charts were just perfectly clean, they just rallied in a downtrend up to the moving averages, sold off, and it was always picture perfect. But unfortunately, we don't operate in that environment, and a lot of times you have to read between the lines and really learn to understand those important days and what they mean. Now, taking a look at this week's calendar, there's the RBA statement coming out tonight. Expectations are rates remain unchanged. We've got the Bank of England, again, rates expected to be unchanged. And that's kind of where we're at. We're at a holding pattern here in the US and really abroad, in that we're trying as a world to get inflation under control. And until that happens, we can't be aggressively cutting rates. That's true in Australia. That's true in the UK. That's true here in the US as well. We get some employment data out of Canada on Friday. Now, as we look at currencies and look at where opportunity lies, here's, I think, the play that we've been highlighting and still probably works is Aussie CAD on the long side. Aussie's working and CAD has started to not work, and that commodity trade, gold really had an exhaustion top, oil has started to level off some, and Aussie was left for dead, but we really have recovered since, kind of this cup and handle type of pattern. We've broken out to the upside, but I think this is one where you can just keep playing it to the upside on little dips and little opportunities. So don't overthink it, is my take. I'm just going to continue to look for opportunities to buy Aussie CAD because that's where the strength is. And if we look at the velocity scores, you'll see that. You see Aussie, just in terms of stronger than everything else. And on the weaker side, you've got cryptos over there, but you've got CAD as the outlier on that side. Now, if we look at those charts individually, so we'll start with the Aussie chart, and this is just quite honestly the best bullish chart out there. It looks very similar to that Aussie CAD currency pair chart, but this is the Aussie versus every other currency against the euro, against the US. It's that basket, and again, you can see that kind of cup and handle and the breakout. So I think Aussie's the best upside chart. And we talked about CAD, that this was an important reversal back when it happened. And from there, we've just been pushing lower. Recently broke to new lows. You got a little bounce happening. I still suspect there's more downside in the Canadian dollar. So even if you're not playing Aussie CAD directly, play Aussie against other currencies to the upside, play CAD against other currencies to the downside. That would be where I would be looking for strength and weakness and opportunity in the right here and now. Now, that's always subject to change, but if we look at so many of these things in the middle, Aussie and CAD are where the better opportunities lie. Hope you enjoyed the currency recap. Have a great week, everyone. We'll see you next time.